As part of our mission to ensure the best results for injured people and their families, Paradigm Outcomes proudly sponsors Kids Chance of America. This nonprofit organization is led by Suzanne Emmett, who's here today to talk about what they do and how you can get involved. Suzanne, welcome and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Marlene. I'm happy to be here.
The first Kids Chance chapter was founded in Georgia in 1988, I read, and I know there's been a lot of growth since then. Tell us about the mission of this group and why it's so important.
The mission of Kids Chance is to provide scholarships to children whose parents have been killed or seriously injured in work-related accidents. This is really important because many of these children would not be able to afford a college or trade school education if it were not for the work that Kids Chance does. Since that first Kids Chance organization was started 26 years ago, we have collectively given out 3,100 scholarships and just under $8.9 million to our applicants. And those scholarships are given out by the state organizations who distribute the scholarships at a local level. Kids Chance of America has the mission to create a Kids Chance organization in all 50 states. The other thing that Kids Chance of America does is to support existing state organizations through things like outreach and communications in order to spread the word and help drive applicants into the state organizations. At the national level, we also do fundraising through our national partners. We want every child to be able to get the education that they want and that they deserve, regardless of what may have happened to their parent in a work-related injury. And to us, failure is even a single child not being able to do that because they don't know that Kids Chance exists.
Absolutely. Well, it's a big responsibility that you've accepted in your role as president the last 2 years at Kids Chance. But that's not all that you do. Tell us about yourself.
Well, that's true. In addition to volunteering with Kids Chance of America and also Kids Chance of Pennsylvania, my day job is as the Senior Vice President of Claims for Eastern Alliance Insurance Group. All of those positions that I hold are very challenging but also very rewarding as well.
With a successful career like you have, how do you ever find the time to get involved? I know a lot of people wonder if they have time to help a charity.
Well, I became involved the way a lot of people become involved with Kids Chance, and that was when a business associate approached me and asked whether Eastern Alliance would be willing to make a financial contribution to Kids Chance of Pennsylvania. But as I learned about the mission of Kids Chance, I felt compelled to get involved in a more meaningful way than just making a monetary contribution, because the mission of Kids Chance involves three things that are really important to me, and that's children and education and workers' compensation. Because on a personal level, I've made a very good living in the workers' compensation business. And unfortunately, in order for me to have that career, someone has to get hurt. And when you think beyond that to the impact on the family and the children who are involved in those families whose parents have been injured, you really get a clear picture of why people like myself and others in the workers' comp community should get involved in a charity like Kids Chance.
It's a very motivating argument, I would assume.
I think so. Kids Chance offers a really direct connection between what we as workers' compensation professionals do to make our living and the people that the Kids Chance charity helps. Whether you're volunteering your time or making a donation, you see exactly where your contributions are going. You see the faces of these children, you hear their stories, you learn who they are and who they want to become. And it's a really powerful thing when you have that kind of direct connection with where your efforts are going. And I think that it's something that everyone in a position like mine should do.
So what's next then for Kids Chance?
Well, everything that Kids Chance does, whether it is raising funds or raising awareness, is focused on finding scholarship applicants so that we can help as much as possible and not miss anyone. In the near term, we want to create branding and a consistent identity across all of the state organizations so potential applicants and also potential donors can identify with a consistent mission and know where their funds are going. We think that this will help in our our efforts to drive as many applicants as possible to the state organizations. Over the long term, we want to establish a strong and active Kids Chance organization in all 50 states. We've got 25 to go, but I feel very confident that we're going to be able to do that, especially thanks to generous partners like Paradigm, who are helping us to raise awareness within the workers' comp community. Our partners are really special in that they not only give generously of their financial resources, they also encourage their employees to get involved with Kids Chance in meaningful ways.
Well, it's a wonderful kind of commitment that you're experiencing with this organization, and I don't think that it's like that for every charity.
I don't think so either. And I think that comes back to that direct line that we talked about between what these companies do to earn their living and the people that this charity is supporting. I've just finished 2 years as president of Kids Chance of America, and I have never been more energized about the future and what it is that we're going to accomplish. Before Paradigm became involved as one of our major partners, our only source of funding were some very modest dues that the state organizations paid to help support the national organization. What Paradigm did was to help fund and encourage us to form a strong infrastructure at Kids Chance of America so that we can do the outreach and do the important work that we need to do. Not only did they provide their financial assistance, but they also invited their employees to get involved in state organizations and the national organization to do that hard day-to-day work. And I really consider them a model organization in terms of companies who support Kids Chance of America and the level of commitment that they exhibit. Together, partners like Paradigm and Kids Chance can do wonderful things.
Absolutely. What can others do then to support Kids Chance and the children of injured workers?
Once people learn about Kids Chance, we just ask them to spread the word. So we want to make sure that they're telling their human resources manager, their risk manager, their nurses, their claim representatives, depending on what part of the workers' comp business they're in. We want to make sure that conversations are happening every day around who Kids Chance is and what we do in order to reach as many applicants as possible. We would also invite people to reach out to their state Kids Chance organization or to the national organization if there is not one in their state, and find out what they can do within their company to start an initiative, whether it's fundraising or whether it's an initiative to get the word out or find applicants. We find very often that doing one of those things often leads to the others. When you're doing fundraising, it creates a conversation around the mission so that outreach happens naturally and applicants come in that way. So they can visit our website, they can give us a call, and we'll take it from there.
Sounds great. Suzanne, thank you so much for being with us today.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
To help Kids Chance and the families of those who are fatally or seriously injured on the job, share this video, make a donation, or contact a Kids Chance organization in your state by visiting kidschance.org.